What's up, guys? Gamescom 2016 is now behind us, and let me tell you, Star Citizen has hit it out of the park once again. First, before I get into all the really juicy bits about what's coming in 2.7, which is now going to be called 3.0, because it's going to be released at the end of the year, going along with all their major revision patches that they do at the end of the year. So, since it's so jam-packed, it's no longer be called 2.7, it's now going to be called 3.0. But before we get into that, let me get over some stuff about what's coming in 2.6. Star Marine is finally coming in 2.6. It's been long awaited. I mean, you could do FPS in the past with, just going, like right now, you can just go and do some FPS if you want to go to some of the locations and stuff outside of Port Olisar. But it's not really like something you could just jump in, get some quick competitive FPS action in, and then jump back out into the normal game. So this is now finally going to come out in 2.6. It's going to feature a tactical-based shooting arena. It's also going to feature some new weapons, remastered weapons, as well as improved controls with FPS, as well as in Zero-G. Star Marine is not the only thing that's coming to 2.6. Arena Commander is finally going to receive some much-needed love and attention. It's going to have new flight and combat improvements, new camera modes, new gameplay improvements, as well as a new racetrack around Grimhex and the asteroid belt. It's also going to give us a new deathmatch arena map. So for those that want to just hop in and get their combat on, their flight combat on in Arena Commander, we'll now have a new place to do it with some nice improvements. There's also going to be two new ships in 2.6, the Drake Herald as well as the Aegis Vanguard Hoplite dropship variant. This dropship variant comes from Squadron 42 single player campaign. So now we'll get to see some of that lore work its way into the mini persistent universe. So let's get into what this video is really about, and that is the major huge patch of 3.0 coming at the end of the year. 3.0 is going to be the debut of the Planetary tech. It's going to expand on the Stanton system, so you're going to have other planets such as ArcCorp, Hurston, Microtech, Crusader, which we already have now, Delamar, and new space stations both on the moons and in planets, in asteroid belt. You also receive video missions from NPCs through your Mobiglass. So I like the whole fluid transition right there, trying to not break immersion and add a lot of detail to it. Subsumption is also going to be included. With Subsumption, if you don't know already, that's what they were calling their AI system. And essentially, when they first roll out 3.0, it's not going to have a ton of NPC involvement right off the bat. I mean, they'll be there. They'll be kind of just standing around, much like they are right now in Port Olisar in certain areas. But eventually, the AI will be able to essentially walk around, go about their days, go, wake up, go to breakfast, go to their job, come home. So they'll be moving around, giving a lot of life to the space environment here. Another thing that I thought was really great they showed in 3.0 was the new system map that pops up for when you're inside your ship. Unlike Elite, where it kind of breaks you out of the immersion, this kind of integrates it into your heads-up display. I'm assuming it's with your heads-up display. Maybe it's inside of your ship, but either way, it pops up within your ship. This is just their first pass on it. But as you can see, that you can zoom around into the individual moons or planets. Check it out. You can double-click, and that's where you would go to. So this kind of prevents you from having all these waypoints pop up in space to fly to. You just kind of integrate it seamlessly in with there, and it's really nice, not immersion breaking, and I really enjoyed seeing that aspect of it. Here you can see, they're going to, now this is Delamar, and Delamar is basically a rocky planet. It's a small planet, but it's still huge. It would take forever, to walk around. The re-entry effects is amazing. I love the look and everything of fire just just roaring off your ship like that. It just looks amazing. And it's all, real time. This is no loading screens. This is just beautiful 100% streaming in real time, no matter if you're the pilot or you're the guy in the very back of the ship. You're all seeing the same thing. And what they've done in Frankfurt is just unbelievable. When I see scenes like this, it just reminds me of something that you would see like out of Interstellar, or or the Matt Damon movie. I can't remember what it was. But it's just, it just looks, they've just knocked it out of the park. I mean, seeing the particle effects as your ship comes in, the light rays casting, the shadows casting off of it. A little bit of a rough landing right there, but man, this is just version 1. They say version 2 is just going to be even that they're actually working on internally right now is on a whole other level. So if this is the first version, holy crap. This is why you fund. You don't have publishers involved saying you can't do this, you got to cut this out. No, we fund everything. So yeah, here you go. You see the new item handling. So it's just basically an interactive system that allows you to choose what you want to do, right, as opposed to just the use button. I love the little display up here of the guy telling us, hey, it's you got your landing request approved and everything. The game just looks amazing, and as the camera goes up here in a minute, you'll get to see actually Crusader in the background in the sky, and it's just things like that just make it, like right there, you can see Crusader, just things that make it just worthwhile in this game. Just the details like that, it just looks so freaking real. And I love how this is little shady kind of little city, Levski inside Delamar, where you can go and do some trading and everything. With one of you going down here to meet one of your guys for the mission. So coming in here, just proving that it's all 1-to-1. There's just some smoke and mirrors. The pilot outside is flying in. He's looking at his buddy who's actually inside there. If you look close, you can see him, give him a little wave, and it's just it just proves that there is no smoke and mirrors, no loading screens, no different levels that everybody's in. It's all right there, all 1-to-1, and the amount of detail that you see here they've put inside this area is just it just feels real. It just feels like this is how it would probably be in the future. Some little shady places like this underground. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Mad Max and the Thunderdome a little bit. So just kind of down and dingy, shady areas where you get some shady deals on. I just love the whole look of this place down here. It reminds me of like Bartertown, But this is like I said, the first level of, or the first pass of subsumption AI. So we'll have some basic AI just kind of filling out in the areas right here. Eventually there'll be more AI or more intelligent AI in the subsumption AI as they'll be going about doing their things, moving around, not just kind of standing there and having conversations, which even just right now, it just helps things feel alive as compared to like Elite, where you can't even walk around yet. I don't know when that DLC is ever coming, but the fact that, I love that they're building this huge detail initially and expanding out from there, as opposed to just trickling in like by water drop over many years, or however long it's going to take for a game like Elite or something like that to have space legs. And I guarantee you it will not be at this level of complexity or detail at all. Never will be. So I love Elite, don't get me wrong. Here we are, we're meeting the guy, getting our mission task, meeting the guy here at the little bar table, and basically he just says, hey, I've got a deal for you going on. If you're up for it, you get to use your, you can either decline or accept the mission. And he's basically just says, hey, it's out here in space. I heard that there's a black box. You want to go retrieve it. And so you go up here to space, and you see this just broken down ship. It just looks horrible. It's just looks like it's been through hell, got attacked, and so you've basically got to go and retrieve the information, the black boxes inside the ship. Don't know what's going on here. You don't know if there's going to be other players here, if there's going to be AI here. Just the wreckage itself is just like beautiful. You get caught up in just looking at all the carnage and everything, and just look how amazing everything looks. It just sucks you all into the immersion. That's one thing I like about Star Citizen, even is in 2.4 right now. is it's really easy to get immersed in the environment, and we just have a small sliver, and this has opened up a huge vertical slice of what will be basically the game. So here, some AI has, I'm assuming this is AI, I'm pretty sure this is it. The AI has decided to ambush you as you go and you do these types of missions. So it's not just like, I mean, there could be players there, you don't know. There could be other players there who are going to do this type of mission, or maybe they're just around in the general area, or maybe they follow you there, where you can just run into AI that's going to be there. You just don't ever know. Here, we actually have frozen crew members. This is the type of detail, you know, these guys obviously didn't fare too well when the cabin decompressed inside and they froze. And they're not just static. You can look and see their arms move. They actually have a bone animation system inside of them, so when you push them out of the way, their arms moves. Here's the new Dragonfly. This is basically the motorbike of space, and not only can you fly it in space, but you can also fly it on the land like a land speeder, just like in Star Wars. And this thing looks amazing. I love the way it looks, stretched out like that. It looks like it just could freaking just haul ass and zip around through anything, like really, really fast and really agile. I love the green display of the heads-up display and everything. I think it, the greenish yellow, whatever the color, but it just looks cool flying out of the wreckage right here. It's a really cool looking ship or motorbike. I don't know what you would even call it, but like a little personal transport vehicle. You can also land these inside of larger ships if you have, you know, a ship large enough with a cargo bay to house something like this. They showed a little bit of it in the demo reel, and of course they have a glitch where, you know, it disappears right after it came inside, but it's still cool nonetheless. He said it was a known issue they run into from time to time, and it has something to do with the local grids. But anyways, here it is on the land, and or on the moon, or on a moon, and it screams Star Wars. It screams Star Wars. You know, they're getting ambushed right here by other rovers that are down, and this thing right here just looks like a freaking tank, and it is essentially a tank. You see, they blast into it with the ship, as well as the Dragonfly. It doesn't do a ton of damage to it. They end up killing the guys, and here you can see the grabby hands, the item handling 2.0 picks up the box, and this is how we're going to be carrying transporting our cargo in this game. Unlike other games where it's just a text box and you just go and you do your job and that's it. It says you transported cargo. No, you physically move your cargo from location to ship, and I love that aspect of it. If you have a squad of people, this is where it's going to come in handy, having a bunch of people go get the cargo and load it all up at one time, as opposed to you having to go back and do it or put it into another little personal rover, and then they get ambushed at the end by the mercenary or by the guy that they met in the bar who initially started. The possibilities are endless, guys. I highly suggest you go and watch the entire GamesCom 3.0 demo on Star Citizen's YouTube channel. It's amazing. This game is going to be great. See you in the verse.